What is up, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench Repeat, the series you put on in the background whilst you hobby or paint along with me. You put this on in the background whilst you're painting, doing whatever you're doing. It helps you get through the drudgery of certain tasks with the hobby. Because sometimes some of the things we do can be a little laborious, can they not? They can. So I've got lots to talk about. So grab your glues, brushes, paints, models, whatever you need. Cup of tea, coffee, whatever. Let's get to the bench. Right, so it's a fighting pit cleanup. Operation cleanup. And yeah, I'm doing alright with this. I really am. It's been good. It's been a bit of an eye opener actually. Doing this fight pit. If I started from scratch, I would have done it another way around now. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. I've kind of made peace with that, I think I have anyway. But so yeah, without further ado, let's get on with it. But before I do that, I've got some gates to paint here. Some of these bad boys. Now, I don't know what I should. I think I should paint them. Well, I've got this oily steel somewhere. Where is it? There, by AK Interactive, but I'm not sure if that's going to be too bright of a metallic, and I do need to have a quick look at that. If I'm honest, I'm going to shake them up on the old paint shaker. Like so. I just want to see. Now I might want to use that actually. That isn't bad. Oily steel. Yeah, because I might put some rust effects on it, you know. Yeah, do you know what? I'm gonna go with it. We'll put some more into the palette. That's good. A couple drops of this airbrush thinner, in case you were wondering. I'm just about to mix it up on my palette here. Yeah. I don't know if it's the best alternative to lead belcher, but do you know what? I'm going with it. I'm using it. I'm definitely using it because well, this is a piece, this fighting pit here before me, that I want to use in filming. You know, when I do role playing session and I'm filming it, I want to film like a scene. I want certain elements, if it's on to be on camera, but they need to be brighter to be on camera better, really. You know, miniatures need to be a bit brighter, a bit more stark if they're to look good on camera. That's the way I figure it. I've wanted to try this AK Interactive paint for a while anyways. I'm always on the lookout for other manufacturers and that of paints especially. So this is only going to be like side one of the gates anyway. Right, so what are we going to talk about today? Well, my friends, well, you might be fans, I don't know. Well, my friends, guess where I went today? I went to the British National Tank Museum. Oh my God, was it brilliant. Brilliant. and quite sad as well. It's quite moving, I have to say. It really hits home on a lot of aspects of warfare. I've been to exhibits before, and I had like reconstructions of like wartime stuff and things like that, and I felt the same sort of thing. Well, that's one done. But to me, this like felt like the pointlessness of killing. It was just crazy, all this stuff they got for warfare and tanks and guns and all this wonderful technology. That's sole purpose is to kill. It was just heartbreaking, really. Especially when there's some really good reconstructions in there, and it's like, oh my god, very, very sobering, very sobering. And I've been before when I was a kid, but I think something like that. I mean, it's a good place for kids because there's a lot of interaction stuff. You got tank rides and a lot of interactive stuff. I mean, it's good as knows what else. They've got a good, like business methodology, I would say. Loads of stuff there for kids, but I don't, I think you don't really appreciate it until you go back as an adult, which is what I've done, obviously. Having been there as a kid before, I just like the tanks, I thought they were cool, and whatever else. But yeah, very sobering. And I have a very limited, and I ashamedly admit, limited knowledge of like the history and the war and the stuff. But my God, it is an eerie feeling to touch physically the tanks that played such vital roles in that war. I can't really put it into words, or at least it's very, very difficult to put into words. I just it's very, very difficult. Very difficult. What colours have I got here? Reef bone, that might be that one. Yeah, so, right, jack bone. I'm going to shake this up in the paint shaker a minute, because I want to get it done for going over the bone again. Well, big tasks, there we go. So just shaking that paint up now. There we go. It's getting the lid off. It's a great gift that was, brilliant. Oh, I'm just cleaning off the gloop brush from the oily steel there. Anyway, we spent the whole day there. We had a whole day of it. It was the journey was nice and scenic drive. That's the furthest I've driven in a long time. Long time. I'd have to say, probably the furthest I've driven since living here by the sea. 2 drops of retarder in that one. Yeah, Yeah, because the drive from Plymouth to Seaton is probably the last longish trip I did in a car. And so with the new car, this, it was seeing how it goes. Still getting used to the car. So I don't drive that much, to be fair. But I enjoyed driving today. I really did. And I felt okay to drive as well, which is good. It was always a good sign. I will let Mrs. Minimal's own drive next time. But because, she's got to get used to it as well. So on and so forth. Right, I can't make sure this is the same colour. I think this is the colour for the big ivory tusks. I think these are tusks here. Yeah, that's what I think. So yeah, so it was an incredible day. They've got a restaurant and a cafe. So they got like a big restaurant where you can go and get your food and whatnot, and they've got a smaller cafe where you can just get some, well, not such big meals, But I had a lamb hot pot, not a lamb, a beef hot pot. It was very nice indeed. I knew we'd be in need of like sustenance after a short while. I say short while, but we were there. We did the World War One. We went around the World War One exhibits. Yeah, like I say, very, very sobering. Anyway, I will give my full thoughts, obviously, on a proper video. And I'm even wondering, do I need to break it down into two videos, because there's such a lot to it, really. I didn't get to see everything either. That's the other thing. Honestly, the British National Tank Museum is so large. I did not get to see all the exhibits today. Today. It's not possible to do it in a day. It isn't. It really isn't. Which is probably why they give you buy your tickets, and then that gives you 12 months of unlimited entry. So I'm going to go back again when I've got a week off later in the year and see some more that I didn't get to see this time. That's the plan. I've got a plan. I planned it. I planned going today. My big plan. And it worked out really well. I've got to be careful now. I've got to be more careful doing these bone or ivory or whatever it is bits on the fencing of this fighting pit. Yeah, some of the stuff I saw today was quite horrific. There are some exhibits which have a cover over them and a warning, say do not lift the cover if you do not, it explains what the picture is, a bit grisly, whatever, injuries and stuff, and it does warn you. And I have to say, the warnings are justified. Yeah. Anyway, I won't talk too much more about the exhibits and the interactions and all that. I'll do that on the proper video. But as I say, didn't get to see it all. But what I did see could easily make 2 videos. So I'm wondering whether I should do that. like a part 1 and a part 2. Because yeah, it's hard doing the inside of the fighting pit here. I would have to say this is definitely the colour I used for the first coat. Jack Bone. Well, I was expecting to come away today with the model, actually. I was. But the honest truth of the matter is, by the time we got to the shop, my back was aching so much that I thought I took one look at all the models they had, and I thought, that is a lot to choose from. And I thought, if I had an hour to choose one model, I'd be rushing it. That would be rushing it. There's so much to look at and choose from. I thought, well, so I ended up getting a t-shirt and something else. I thought, I'll get something like a t-shirt or a cap or something. They've got loads of books, and they've got a reference library there as well. Fascinating stuff. Absolutely fascinating. As I say, incredible. And it's changed so much since the last time I went. It's got bigger. Oh, it's better for sure, it's grown. And I'm glad to see that it's, pretty successful. I am very, very glad. Well, that's the first two done. Let's have a sip of tea. I think I've earned a sip of tea after that. Say sip, that's more like a glug. Glug of tea. Yeah. Yeah, I'd just like to get a couple of coats on these. There's some dangly bits on here which I'd quite like to do as metal, I think. Oh, I had some other good news today as well. Sandy appeared. So Sandy's back. My beloved car park cat is back. And that made my day, really. It really did. It was so wonderful to see him, because I worry about him. I'm sure he's bad enough to look after himself, but I do worry about him. So, hey, where have you been, man? So I've been up every day, It's been about a week. He's been gone for about a week. But I've been up every day. And if he was there, he'd have been fed. And I would keep going up every day anyway, just to make sure. Because someone said, oh yeah, he goes off sometimes, and they're right, he does. I got this theory that maybe because I was feeding him every day, and he was like all skin and bones when I first started feeding him, but he soon fattened up. I reckon he was fattening himself up with me feeding him, ready for a road trip. That's my honest opinion. Yeah, I think that's what he was doing. Sorting out his road trip. Sorting out his travel arrangements. Need to be a bit fatter to survive. Because he knew he'd be missing a few meals. That's what I honestly think. And he went off wherever he went off. Had a break. Nice. These ropes are at an angle here on this one. All the spikes, you gotta watch it sticking in your arm, in your hand. Yeah. Once this fighting pit is done, I'm gonna put it on a turntable, take some pictures of it. The manufacturer actually wanted me to send pictures in. I mean, it's got a ways to go yet, but Oh, say something. Well, no, I won't tell you any more about the British Tank Museum. I'll tell it in the video or videos. Yeah, there was something I wanted to mention about it, but I'll leave it. But do look out for it, won't you? Because it's going to be a good one. What I can say is I so recommend it to anybody going there. It's a really good day out. And of course you can go back as many times as you want within 12 months once you've got your ticket. There we go. There we are. Did a little bit of tidy up in the process there too. So that's good. That's awesome. 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 They had mock-ups. No, they had. I'll tell you, they had mock-ups of horses in the Tank Museum. These metal horses are pretty cool. You know, to scale, different sizes and that. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Someone's a good metal worker. That's all I can say. Right, I'm getting. And this is the kind of work. What I'm doing here on this fighting pit is exactly the kind of task that on the bench was created for. Monotonous things like layering as well. That's another labour of love, isn't it? Layering. Yeah. I think Mrs. Mini Warzone enjoyed it today, though. I wasn't sure if she would, if it would be her thing, really, but yeah, she said she did, and I believe her. See, when it was her birthday, we did wine tasting. We went on a wine tasting event. That was her thing, what she wanted to do, you know. And for me, I wanted to do this, go to the Tank Museum. I thought it would be different, but I never expected it, how different it would be. Certainly involved. It'll be time for another bit of tea in a minute. Yeah, it's time for another glug, eh? Before it goes cold. Well, that finishes that. Nice. Gives me a little bit of room. Yes. I'll tell you one thing I will say about the British Tank Museum. It's massive, so they've got loads of staff, but there's plenty of notices up saying that they're looking for staff. So, you know, if I lived nearer, I'll be honest, I'll be straight up honest, I would apply for it. I would apply to work, yeah, I would. I know the pay wouldn't be as good as what I'm on now, but quite honestly, job satisfaction would overrate it, I think. As long as I have enough money to, you know, to get by and live on, I am good. Yeah. Coming around, I think this might be the last two. The last two on this one. Be looking forward to putting the wash on. I mean, part of me wants to put Agrax Earthshade on. Part of me wants to put the Quick Shades. Yeah, Army Painter one on. Honestly, I don't know. I am in two minds about that one. Yeah, that's pretty good. I might as well do the other remaining one this side. Then I've got to do the inside, which I don't like doing. Yeah, there's a lot to this fighting pit, you know. There's a lot to it. It's going to be so worth it once it's done, though. It's going to be awesome. Hey. So what are you guys working on? Do let me know. Are you working on terrain? Or are you working on like infantry, that sort of thing? Or are you working on vehicles, tanks, whatever else? Yeah. I know I've got some paints over the stonework. Now I've got two choices. Either go over the stonework again, or adapt it. My thought is to adapt it. Blood, sand, grass, that kind of thing. You know, moss up growing up through the cracks in the stones. That kind of thing. Aha. Come full circle. We have come full circle. This is good. Oh, I'll have to check the time. Timestamp. 32 minutes. Just to do that one. See, the other ones are smaller, but there's more of them, so that is going to take a long time. Well, so far so good. I'm you know, I'm at quite a good place with it at the moment. I'm gonna wait until I've done the washes and that before I do the sand and blood and grass, whatever else. I am. Yeah, the grass is gonna go. actually around the outside as well, or sand or whatever it is I do. Grass, I think, at the bottom. Because that would make more sense, I think. Dear. Yes. I'd like to work on some of these miniatures for a bit. Yeah. I'll work on her shield, put something on her shield. I've got, right, let's move this fighting pit to one side for a moment. Put it on top of my Mac for a minute. So I'm just unplugging my Mac. My MacBook. Alright, so AK Interactive. Might be able to use another one. The brass for the gold. Brass and gold. Well, oily steel. That one's already been shaken up by the machine, so putting that onto the shield first, I believe, would be a good option. I'm going to use this character brush. We'll get to see oily steel comparison with the other stuff then. They're going to go out tonight, or was, but it's been such a long day. We are so tired that we decided to stay in and, you know, save our money. So we've got a friend of ours coming up next weekend. We should maybe zoom in a bit on this, I think. Okay. There, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Yes, I'm quite impressed with that. It does hold up to Leadbelcher, I have to say. Oily steel. Does indeed. Right, let's get one of my Ralpatha miniatures on. Or a barbarian lady here. Yeah, perhaps we'll do her. Yes. I'll use the jack bone, I think, for the robe, or the sort of. I wasn't too sure about this miniature when I first got it. I thought the detail might have been a bit soft, but once I started painting it and saw it coming together, I changed my mind. I thought it's actually a pretty good miniature, this. So got another couple of days off to enjoy. So that's good. It is, Easter weekend, and I tend to enjoy it. I've got a book arrived today. I've been trying to get hold of Dungeons and Dragons, all the editions basically. Well, I say all the editions, maybe not second edition. I've got a whole ton of 5e books, loads of them. And I got the core rule books for third edition, and I've been ordering 3.5. So, I mean, I've secured them. I've got the Dungeon Master Guide for 3.5, and I've got the core rule books for free. But 3.5 seems a little harder to get hold of, so did that, and I've started ordering 4th edition. I know not a lot of people like 4th edition, and I'll be honest, I don't know, because I've not tried it. I've just not tried it. Some people say it's just almost like a war game, miniatures game, but we'll see. Yeah, I feel that's pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. The sort of cloth around her waist and that. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I might do the middle bits of her boots like it as well, because they're kind of like bandaged almost. Do you know what I mean? That sort of bandaged effect around the boot. Sorry if I'm quite softly spoken today, by the way. I'm still getting over this chest infection throat thing that I've had for a millennia. So I do try to preserve my voice. Yeah, there we go. Oh, yes. That ain't bad, actually. That isn't bad. I quite like that. Pop her down to one side. I also would like to do something on my dwarf here. But knowing I've got 2 versions of it, a plastic one and a metal one, well, I'd quite like to do a red on his shield. Yeah, we'll do red. I'll try it on the plastic one first. So what am I going to put on? Fist on red. No. I'm going to use Crusted Saw. It's a darker red. So I'm going to need to shake that one up because it's quite empty and yeah, it needs shaking. So bear with me. Shake that bad boy up. There we go. This is good news. Alright, it does need thinning down. Airbrush thinner. 3 drops, no less. 3 drops? You can't be serious. There we are. Okay, that's good. Now let's see what this comes out like. So I was going to go for a brighter red, but I figure sort of pigmentation they might have in the fantasy world. I don't know, I just figure it might be a darker one. Which is okay, because they're quite bright anyway, because they've got a lot of armour on. Yeah, I think that looks alright actually. I'm going to do the same on the metal miniature here. So it's quite late at night, as usual, doing this episode. This is Mini Warzones in bed. I should go to bed really as well, but it's good to take advantage of time to hobby, isn't it? Sometimes it's like, do I hobby or do I sleep? Today I'm hobbying. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I quite like that. I watched an Inspector Morse today. It was pretty not confusing, but it was very complicated, shall we say, the episode. Oh, there's the... Yeah, what do I do with him? Why not? Why not? Is this supposed to be an elven fighter? Could be whatever you want him to be, I suppose, but... yeah, he does, I suppose, kind of look a bit like an elven fighter. Yeah, I can sort of see that. Yeah, the day's just gone today. It's like, wow. An awesome day out in Dorset at the Tank Museum. But the time just goes. Came back, had fed the cats, and we had fish and chips for tea. Lovely jubbly. It's really nice. It was a really good day. Really good day. Come back, I got a new t-shirt as well to sport tomorrow. Right, I think I'm about done. So I'm going to take my glasses off. I'm going to zoom out. So thanks once again for joining along with me. I got stuff done today, definitely. Got the big tusks done on the fighting pit second coat. The little ones now, not looking forward to that. The wooden posts, I don't think they need another coat. It's just tidy. It's just a matter of tidying up now, which is Dryad Bark and Mornfang Brown. I know that. I've got those two sorted over there. I can put this Dryad Bark back because I don't actually need it. Surplus to requirements. So I can pop this crusted saw back as well. Right. Yeah, it won't be long before the wash is gone. And then some highlights. Got some stuff done on the barbarian lady and the female fighter and the dwarf. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So thank you ever so much for joining me on this episode. On the bench. Hope you got loads of stuff done. Let me know. Let me know what you're working on, how it's going, how far along it's coming, and you know, in how your projects are doing in general. Awesome stuff. Thank you. See you on the next one. Remember, all brushes lead to war. Bye for now. Bye bye.